Hi, my name is Kara Lough. Welcome to Slow Flow today. Just before we practice, I want to talk a little bit about setting up for your home practice. When you come into the studio, we've got it heated, so when you walk in, it feels good and you're ready. So I suggest a space heater. I've got it set at 80, and you can have it straightforward or you can have it flowing back and forth. I've got a diffuser with my essential oils in it. Today I've got rosemary, lemon, and orange. I've got candles, which I don't have flame. These are the battery run or electric candles, which is nice. You don't have to worry about that. And anything that you like, just to giving a devotional book, or I've got incense, and I've got my some tarot cards. A blanket, it could be a blanket off your bed, and then blocks, of course we use them in the studio, but you can use books, and then we've got strap, and I'll talk about that in class. You can use a tie or a belt, and you just want to make sure that when you're walking into your space and you're readying yourself, that it is a place where you're comfortable and that you can be at ease, right? So thank you for joining me today. Welcome to your practice. Go from getting here to being here. Relax the shoulders. Lean back a little bit in faith and trust. And as you come to a quiet seat, you'll start to feel the rhythm of your breath. Reading a few things today before this practice, to rely on all yoga practiced before this day. Everything that we've done before comes into this practice today. Bring your hands together to the heart center and tip your chin down. And we just fall a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper into the practice. Setting your intention. Not complicated, just what are you setting for this day? Why did you come to your practice today? And then release your hands to your thighs, and again sit tall in your spine. Feel the warmth of your hands meeting your thighs. Feel the broadening of the collarbone. And then allow your left ear to tip to the left shoulder. That would be right ear to right shoulder. And then the hand can come up and support the head. Feel your breath in and your breath out. And release your hand, and the head floats back up. And then tip your left ear to the left shoulder. If you want to take the hand up to skull, you can bring the hand up to skull. The eyes stay down, bridge of the nose. One more breath, breathe in. And breathe out. And then the head floats back up. Draw your chin into your chest and feel the eyes drop right into the heart space. Taking one more breath. And then take face up towards the sky. Feeling a release of energy in the throat, a relaxing of the eyes back. Slowly flowing is what this practice is all about. One more breath. And then bring head back to neutral. Let's take our twist, bringing things, rinsing the spine. Take your right hand over to your left thigh and pull through. You can even turn face, turn eyes. Take a deep breath into the low pelvis. And then release and float around to the other side, giving a good pull through. Maybe a look back. Take a deep breath, low belly. And come back around to the center. Come onto your hands and knees, tabletop position. You'll move your blocks and your blanket and your straps off to the side. You want to have full spacing. Landing into your hands and your knees. Allow your ribs to soften down, to melt down. Press chin forward. Opposite action, push your heart up towards the sky, draw your forehead in. Inhale, rock forward and stretch. And exhale, round and you stretch. Keep moving like that 3 or 4 more times, allowing your breath to carry. Some like to move a little faster, some like to move a little slower. Sometimes I'll roll the ribs and feel like I'm inside of a barrel, just making sure I'm tapping the full circumference, and then you could loop and roll the other direction. And then come back to neutral. Take a look back towards your right hip and you'll feel the stretch. And a look back towards your left hip. And back around to the center. Sit your seat back into child pose. Resting your ribs right down on your thighs, forehead down. Allowing your bodies to rest, allowing your bodies to settle into that play space, feeling the bones drop down, relaxing your elbows, relaxing your hands. Then slowly back into tabletop, hands and knees, noticing your first finger straight forward, rising into your first down dog. The feet can go a little wider, especially if you're more of a basic or a beginner yogi. Giving yourself more space, walking it out. Some of you like to find your spacing in your down dog where you shift forward into plank and you draw back into your down dog. And you come forward into your plank. And you draw back into your down dog. Good. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, look forward and walk to the top. Exhale, fold in. You might take feet wider, bend your knees, and allow your hands to come to the elbow. Blocks could be used underneath hands if you need support. Breathe out. And then slowly rounding up, round up, roll up. Taking your hands up and over your head. Look up and exhale, hands to your heart. Samastitihi. Feel your presence. Front body, back body. Upper body, lower body. Left side, right side. Coming into Sun Salute A and a few B's for our warm-up. Listen to my voice will carry you through. Inhale, arms up, look up. The exhale folds you forward. Light bend in the knees, fine. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back, plank. Feel your strength, long from crown to heels. Lower your knees. Lower your body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your shoulders back, push down and stretch up. It's a beautiful stretch of elbows back, heart hammocking forward, even the sides of the neck slide back, and then back down to earth. Press back into down dog. Quiet gaze back towards feet. A light turn of the chin to the right, left. One more breath. Good, bend your knees, lift your gaze, walk forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale back to sky, hands overhead, look up. And exhale, hands to heart. Keep moving, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, length. The eyes look forward. Step back, plank. Lower your knees, thighs, belly, chest, chin. Cobra, Bhujangasana, a stretch in the spine, back to earth, press back, down dog. So now we can play with the ankles. You can lift your heels way high and release the heels down. Your heels might not touch the ground. If they're real high, step your feet forward an inch or two and notice that you'll get a little closer to the earth. You can keep lifting. You can sway the heels to the right for a side body stretch and out to the left and back to neutral. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, walk or hop forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale back to sky, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti. One more round, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway. Step back or a light jump back, depending on your practice, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up face, high stretch. Down dog. And then some of you like that, taking the leg up and behind you, feeling the stretch. You can point flex, you can bend the knee and roll belly. Do both sides if you're playing with legs unless you have injury. Both feet step together, feel strong hands, bend your knees, lift your gaze, walk or hop. Exhale, deep fold. Let's shift right into sitting back into Utkatasana. So we'll just slide right into Surya Namaskar B. So sit your seat back, feel your ribs draw in, look up. You'll start to feel the fire from the belly button down, but the elevation, the opening up, called fierce prayer. Press to stand up, look up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Step, jump back. Lower, halfway or all the way. Cobra or up face. Shoulders back. Down dog. Right leg rises. Step through. Warrior one. Look up. And exhale back into earth. Upward face. Down dog. Left leg. Step into. Look up and back to the earth. Upward face or cobra. Always choice. Draw back, down dog. Or child pose. Child pose, you can slide your hands back towards feet and tuck in a little deeper. Do all breath work in that low back. Two more breaths. One more breath. Back into your down dog, step feet together. Bend your knees, lift gaze, walk or hop. Exhale, fold. Sit your seat back, it's a light little tuck, and then draw yourself up and in. Utkatasana, press to stand up, and exhale, hands to heart. Let's go through one more, a little more on the flow side. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway. Step, jump back. Upward face. Down dog. Right leg high. Step through. Inhale carries you to your top, to the sky blue. And exhale brings you back into earth. Upward face or cobra. Down dog. Left leg. Remembering that strong foundation back leg helps you get to the sky and then back down to earth. I lower, I inhale, I rise. Such a nice stretch. Down dog. Remembering that we're creating that ease in the neck. You're not looking forward, you're allowing the head to hang down. One more breath, I breathe in, expand. Breathe out, let go. Child posers back into down dog, bend knees, lift gaze, walk or hop. Exhale, fold. Seat sits back, open wide to the sky. Press to stand up. And exhale, hands to heart, Samastitihi. And then just notice how you feel after we've gone through the warming up. The blood's flowing stronger, the breath has got a kick, and of course you feel warm from the inside out, the outside in. Hips, you'll step the right foot to the back of the mat, and you'll go wide-legged. I'll face you. Feel the hands weighing strong on your hips. Draw your shoulders up. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart high. Lift your throat high, face high, look up. It's a nice back bend like cobra. And then exhale, fold into the earth. Tips of your fingers. Maybe palms flat. A light bend of the elbows will bring you down into earth. Hands walk back, crown comes towards the earth. You can see the hinging of my elbows helps draw myself into that forward fold. Feel the energy in your feet, front foot, back foot, inner foot, outer foot. Prasarita Padottanasana, a wide-legged forward fold. Let's play a little more here. Let's come back into a half lift. Tips of the fingers, and then walk your hands over towards right foot. So you'll take your time. Some of you happy to stay here in a half lift. Some of you can start to bow forward into your thigh. Maybe walking hands into foot, supporting back calf. Take one more breath. And then slow to lift back up into and walk self over to the left. Again, some of you can stay here and just honor the flexibility of your today. And then some of you can dive in a little bit deeper, walking into, wrapping hand around. Sometimes you'll sway the hips too far over to the left and you'll give a little pull back in your right hip, right thigh. Release your foot, come back into the fingertips, walk back to your center. Good. Feel your feet. Then bring your right hand onto hip, left hand onto hip, and you'll slowly stand up. Good. Turn your right foot to the back of the mat. And then inhale your arms out, extending your arms long. And the gaze will land at your fingers. You're in warrior two, and you're feeling the energy from the belly button down. 2 more breaths, quiet eyes. Again, remembering that everything you've learned is coming into play today in your practice. Turn your right palm up, slowly taking your hand up towards sky. Push your right knee forward. Feel the space between each rib. Feel the lengthening of your bicep, tricep. Yogis that need a little more foundation, keep your gaze on ground. Yogis that are finding more flexibility, you can look up and into hand. And then bring your forearms to your thigh. This is slow flow. a bit above the basic, you can absolutely bring your hand down towards your inner foot. You can even bring a block to set yourself up. You can take your hand towards sky, extending your hand strong forward. Utthita is the extended part of the pose. Parsvakonasana is the extension of the body from your hand to your foot. One more breath, paying attention to knee over ankle foot. Come back into your warrior two. It takes a little bit of oomph, a little power to get you back. Then inhale, straighten front leg. Feel energy up through. Sometimes I'll tap the roof of my mouth with the tongue. Exhale, slide, glide forward. Surrender into your shin bone, ankle bone, or outside of calf, so that block will hop to the outside of calf and give me some structure, stature. It's a 5-inch, 4-inch lift, and it helps. Some days I'll even extend that arm strong forward to feel that from hip point. Hand back to sky. Press back into foot. It'll get you back up. Keep your arms afloat, and then slowly turn your left foot towards the top mat. Bend into your left knee, warrior two. Feel the pelvis, feel your shoulders. Sometimes I'll take a look back towards the fingers of the right hand. Drishti gaze allows you to find meditation in the practice. Slow flow for me is movement and meditation. One more breath. Turn your palm up. Slowly bring your hand up and over your head. Again, permission to keep your eyes on ground. Feeling the stretch between the rib cage, up into the bicep, tricep, fingers, hand. One more breath. Bring your forearm onto your thigh, or hand down to the spacing inside left foot. Extending hand strong forward. Maybe turning gaze down towards hand, foot, or high into the palm. Slowly coming back into warrior two. Quiet eyes, quiet face. Inhale, straighten leg. Take a breath. Slide forward. Settle down into Utthita Trikonasana. One more breath. Come back into standing triangle. And a light bend in your knee will carry you back down to the earth. Chaturanga Dandasana. Blocks off to the side. Upward facing. Draw back down dog. Child pose, 3 breaths. One more breath, I breathe in, breathe out. Which leads to down dog. Anything goes. You can extend your right leg up again, a bend of the knee, a roll of the belly. Playful. Switching out legs. Playing with alignment, playing with opening. Sometimes I like straightening the leg and bending the knee. Good. Foot back down to the earth. Step both feet together. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, walk or hop to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale back to the sky, hands over the head. Interlace your fingers, do a little push down, push up. Exhale, hands to the heart, Samasthiti. Again, the whole practice is about the journey in. So we're feeling that. Good. Release your hands down to your sides. Let's play a little bit with crow pose. Kind of fun to bring in an arm balance, especially at a lower level. So you notice how I came down to the ground. I'm going to grab a block. And practicing at home, you might find a blanket. You got carpet sometimes instead of hardwood floor, so you might be fine with that. But you can place a blanket in front of your face. You stay low with your pelvis and you step your feet up onto the block. So now you see that I've got my seat back. I'll drop my hands down to the earth. Fingers, point your fingers straight forward. Then I'll draw the leg to the side and I'll draw the leg to the side. So now I've got my legs hugging into my tricep and I still have my seat down. A lot of the times as I teach, I see the students already have their seat too far up. Keep your eyes forward. Drop your elbows down, not out. The elbows drop in. And then you'll push yourself forward. You can watch how my body is shifting its weight into my tricep. And you might find that you can lift one foot off the ground and you'll lay that foot back down and lift one foot off the ground and lay foot back down. That's all play. Notice how my body swing forward and back. One day you'll have that, both feet come off the block and you'll find that you can float into pose. Then I'll start to play with a poofing of the kidneys up. Notice my seat's more down than up. And this is called Bakasana crow pose. Notice that the blanket is there to support. If I come down towards earth, release feet back down. And then you can step off of the block. You can take the block off to the side and come back up to standing. Good. So that was just fun experimenting. Let's come into tree pose and you can step to the wall. You can stay on your mat. Good. Again, center. Right knee out to the side. Right foot in. Right foot steps up. Hands to the heart center. And you'll notice how my shoulders draw back and my shoulder blades slide down towards the kidneys. Then take the hands up towards the sky. If you've got more flexibility and balance, of course, you can bring foot up towards your inner thigh above the knee itself and find your stability. Keep the eyes hooked to the earth. One more breath, standing in that silence of the tree. Hands slide back down to heart. Hands onto the hips, and then add one little key piece, a strength builder, is to draw that right leg back in. Give a little push, and notice how my heel is a little higher. Shoulders stay back. I don't lean back, I'll see that at times, but keep your chest towards the foot, and then release foot down. Good. Switch sides. If you're at the wall, you're changing hand. Stable. Hip doesn't pop up. And then take your left knee out. I like to say, even time-wise, heart stays at 12 o'clock. And then you've got left knee out to 10. And then pull the foot in. Step the foot up. I chose today to come a little higher. I'm feeling like I've got good balance today, and that's how I usually figure it for myself. How am I feeling in my balance? Hands can come to the heart center. Feel the shoulder blades come down towards the kidneys. You can stay right here. Some of you feeling, and again today I feel like my balance is good, so I'll take my hands up towards sky. And you feel that hugging into the midline, like you're a magnet and you're drawing all the energies in to support the pose. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Hands slide back down. It's a slow, steady, keeping your balance. Hands on hips. You'll draw the left leg around. We're using that strength of the core, solar plexus. Push your leg heel forward. You'll feel that, all the muscles hugging to the bone. And then release your foot down. Good stuff. If you want to take 1 more vinyasa right here, some choose to. If not, we're going to sit down and find our meditation. So I'll pull my blanket up. Some of you like the bolster. I have my singing bowl back here today, so just a nice sound. Maybe even the tuning into now that we're coming down to the ground and you can feel that vibration. So if you're finishing out your vinyasa, take your time. And you'll come to find your seat as well. So where to place your hands. Some days I stack my hands right in front of the pubis bone. Just a nice, it just feels very comfortable. If I'm sitting for a long period of time, most likely my hands will land here. If I'm for a shorter period of time, gosh, it's nice to have the palms down. Sometimes I feel like if my palms are down, the fingers are the roots down into the earth. Some days I request extra energy and I'll turn my palms up and it feels like I'm requesting energy to come down into me. I breathe in and I breathe out. Let's even play with breath retention here. So what you'll do is you'll hold your breath at the top and we'll hold our breath at the bottom. Not complicated, just listen to my voice. So I breathe in and I let that breath rise all the way up and I'm experiencing it, imagining that it's here, and I'll pause, 2, 3, 4, and then like an elevator, the energy exhales all the way down to the ground floor, and I pause, 2, 3, 4, then I inhale, and that takes me back up towards crown, 2, 3, 4, and I exhale, and I pause, 2, 3, 4. You just keep playing with that. And you exhale. And you pause. And you inhale. And you pause. And you exhale. And you pause. And it said that that breath, in the pausing, the mind can't think. When you pause or hold your breath, the mind goes into a quiet place space. So if you had a rough day at work, that's a beautiful pose to do while you're sitting in the car, before you head into the house, before you make a phone call. Just take some time learning these tricks, these tools that we experience in our practice. Sometimes tuning into the sound of a fan or the air conditioning unit. I can hear my diffuser. It just makes a nice little sound that I can tap into. 1 more breath. And then slowly let your eyes open back up and you'll come back into your space. You'll just notice right away that you're back. Good. Use your hands, I do, as tools to steer your legs into the center and then press your heels forward. This is where I would grab my belt or my tie or strap if you have it, and you can even have your blocks off to the side. I'm going to turn myself so you can see more clearly. Good. Take your hands up towards sky. You can see my elevation of spine, palms facing each other. And then exhale, lean forward and reach out. Hands can stick onto the mat and help draw you forward. The strap can lasso your feet. By third breath, fourth breath, I'm starting to think about letting my head soften down. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. And I'll usually stay here longer than the 5 breath because it really takes about 5 breaths for your body to start to relax and soften. And you can notice that in my ease, I start to find a little more flexibility. Good, release your strap. Let's go reverse tabletop. You step your feet in, getting my blanket off to the side. Step your feet in, drop your hands back. Put my tools all around my mat. Fingers face in towards seat. Slowly push down into your feet. Find good foundation. Get your hips up, get your hips up, get your hips up. Push your hands down. The gaze can go up towards sky. The gaze can drop back towards. If that's uncomfortable in neck, just keep your eyes on your thighs. Still pushing down. Toes down. And then slowly release your seat back down. And the hands can lift up and you can roll your wrists. Good, let's go one more time. Those that are feeling a little more flexibility can have the legs straight. Same push down called Purvottanasana where you get your hips up and you plant your toes down. So that could come first and then reverse tabletop second or vice versa. You can take the head back. And then a soft release of seat back down. Good. And again, nice to roll the wrists. Good. For the twist today, let's step your right foot in and right foot up and over the thigh. And then lean out and pull the left heel in. And feel the sit down. Take one more breath. Right hand drops back, left hand comes up, and then slowly come across and take the twist. Feeling, you can see, you can feel the shoulder pulls back, the face turns back, and the eyes can stretch back. One more breath, I breathe in. And breathe out. Come back around to the center. Hands will drop back behind you and you'll rearrange the feet. So you can take and bring that left foot up and over. Good. And notice how the seat's a little bit high, so give a little push down into the hip crease and you'll pull yourself around. So left hand drops back, right hand comes up, and then slowly come across and twist out. Feel the collarbone slides back, feel the eyes slide back. It's an intense twist and there feels a loss of breath, but you can find your breath in it. Maybe low belly or breathe behind the eyes. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And slowly come back around to the center. Good. You can drop hands back. Bring feet together. It's called Baddha Konasana. And I'll again turn myself towards you. Take your hands, wrap around the feet. Push heels together. You can walk your sits bones in. Push your feet together. Draw. A lot of times I say in class to draw the shoulders back, armpits back, push feet together. If the knees are up high, it just means you're tight in your hip flexor. And you'll find that over time, give yourself time, that you'll start to be able to get the legs out. If you're more flexible and you're practicing with me today, you can draw the feet wide. It's called the yoga book. You're opening your feet up and you can lean in maybe 2 inches, 3 inches. Some of you in a careful way, you can bring yourself all the way into that forward fold. One more breath. And then slowly come back up. You can bring the feet back together, giving a nice pull back again, sitting tall in the spine. And then use your hands to draw your legs in. And then let's come on to our back. If you have a strap close by or that tie, we're going to use that here too. So come ahead and lay down onto your back, resting your hands on your thighs. Allowing your organs to soften back. Just noticing now we're supine. We're in a completely different feel in the body. So what I'll do is I'll push my left heel forward and I'll grab the strap and I'll bring the right knee into my chest. I'll take the strap and wrap it around the foot, and again it can be a tie or a belt. And what I see a lot of times is you keep the knee bent, trying to get the leg forward, but it's nice to give yourself that straight leg and to get the energy of the stretch in the hamstring. My left foot is flexed. I've got a little more flexibility, so you can bring the leg up and over the belly. You can even bring the leg up and over the crown or the forehead. What I'll do next is put both strap into the right hand. I'll lay my left hand on thigh. And for a beginner, you might stay here. This is a lot already, or go out about 5 inches, 10 inches, and just stay there and be proud of your flexibility. If you're more flexible, you're heading out. You're heading out, you're heading out, you're allowing the leg to go out. Some days I'll lift head and take head opposite direction. So this left hand is a big key piece to keep you from flying off the ground. One more breath. Notice I've got strong energy, contact down, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And then leg comes back up. Final piece for me, because I like it, I'll lift the head up, I'll walk my hands up the strap. I still understand the feeling of pushing leg forward, and then I can even use right hand to draw myself up a little higher. One more breath. And a slow release of shoulders back, head back. I'll bend the knee, I'll release the strap, and come back down. Now, if you don't have a strap and you're flexible, of course, you can bring the 2 fingers and thumb, wrap the foot, and allow that to be your support. So if you've got flexibility, you're going there. Slowly, step your left foot in, push your right foot forward. Doesn't hurt sometimes to watch where the leg lands. Draw your left knee in, lasso foot, push foot up. Notice that I want you to get your leg straight, not a bent leg forward. You're not in the hamstring at all here. You've got to get into hamstring. You can draw yourself up. I didn't on the last side, but some of you probably did. Take both strap into left hand. Lay right hand on thigh. That's a root down. Notice my leg is straight, even if it's forward. And then allow that leg to come out. 5 inches, 10 inches, maybe it comes all the way out to the side. You'll sometimes roll over with your leg, so if you want to keep that hand on the hip point or up into the ribs even to help support. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, or we could talk about how the heart down is the physical and the chakras to help you stay stable. Then bring the leg back up. I climb up into the strap. I use left hand to cup the calf. I'm turning my drishti gaze down towards right foot, not up towards the left foot. And then release your shoulders back, head back, bend your left knee, and step both feet back in. Laying the strap off to the side. Here, what feels nice for me next is to bring the knees into the chest, even lift up. I'll cross chin and draw my hands to the feet and give a good squeeze. You can rock a little side to side. Good. Bring the feet back down to the earth. Walk the feet in close to the seat. Let's do a bridge pose with that lift of the hands overhead, and we'll do the strong breath work. We'll all exhale out through the mouth. Just a really nice clearing for end of class. So lift your hips up. Right away, find that good stance. Feet together doesn't let you lift your hips. Too far out, same. So find a good distance. Get the hips up. And then inhale, stretch your hands up and over your head. And then we'll exhale all the way back down to the earth. 5 times. I just restructured the feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Strong push out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Let's go 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Strong push down to the toes. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Sometimes I'll interlace the thumb and do a little pull back. Get the hips up, hips up, hips up. Strong. Nice smile on the face. And then slowly exhale. Coming all the way down. And pause. My ribs popped up a little bit, so I'm going to resettle the ribs down. So opposite action. We're just letting the spine settle back down. At this point, any last asana that you want to, your body's requesting it, from happy baby to feet up towards head, to feet up and over the head plow pose. Shoulder stand. Maybe even rocking side to side, again, lengthening the low back. I'll take my feet up towards sky, so this is where I'll settle. I'll have feet up towards sky, and I'll do a big roll of the ankle feet. Or this early spring, we're in shoes a lot, so it's nice to find freedom in the feet. That's why we practice yoga barefoot. Take 5 more breaths. Two more breaths. Then allow your knees to tip over and out to your right. And I'll turn my heart and face to the left. Breathe low into the belly. A little bit of Buddha breath. And then knees up and over to the other side, staying about 3 breaths, 4 breaths, not long. Breathing low. One more breath. And then slowly bring the knees back in. Final destination is called Shavasana, where you extend your legs long. I usually go a little wider. Allow your arms to splay out, hitting the cool hardwood floor or your carpet. Palms turn up, bicep turn up, shoulders roll back. If you need a support of a blanket, something behind your head, that's also fine. So what I say here is that we can stay here for 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15, all depending on your practice. Slowly coming back into your breath, light movement of hands and feet. Take your hands over your head, push your heels forward. Big stretch. Even though we've stretched the whole practice, it's just always just so good to stretch the body, remembering that the body likes to stretch. Step your feet back onto the mat. Roll your bodies over and out to the side. Then you use your hands on earth to press you back into sitting up, coming back into the cross-legged, hands resting on your thighs, the place where we started out. Feel the difference going from getting here to being here. Sometimes when you walk into your space and where you feel is so different from where we end. Just notice your body, notice your breath, notice the feels. Bring your hands in front of the heart center. In celebration of this community as we come together, as we honor this practice. The light in me honors the light that shines so bright from each one of you. Namaste. Just wanted to thank you for joining me for practice today. As we talked about through the practice, that you're relying on everything that's come before. And we've done this practice. If you're brand new to it, of course you're listening to this and you'll start to understand it over time. But you're listening to this and remembering how we started to breathe. Your first breath in a yoga class, the talk of relaxing the shoulders down, the studying of the chakra system, all of the things that we've talked about over these months, years, or 5 or 10 years. Some of you practiced with me for 12 years, so it is that. So just the knowledge of the practice. Thank you so much for coming today. Namaste.